Go on, back and face, Chad.
Saturday morning in the Cotswolds and Chadlington under-9s are taking on Croughton Colts.
Go on, Elwyn, get in the middle. Come on, Chad, back and face.
And on the touchline,
Go on, Elwyn.
a rather enthusiastic dad.
Oh, great save.
But while his son's team is looking to score goals, David Cameron's hoping to win at the polls. He told me he wants to stay on for a full second half.
I'm putting myself forward for the full 5 years. I feel fit enough and healthy enough to do the job. I've got a real passion for it. I'm really keen to win, and if I fall short, I will be very disappointed.
Just a short drive away through the rolling Oxfordshire hills lies the Camerons' constituency home. Here, he's the family's chief cook.
Hi, James.
Brilliant, hi. Thank you very much indeed.
Right, shop.
But for how long will he be the nation's chief minister? Most prime ministers won't speculate about their future, but in a striking admission that will shape the election campaign, he told me and the country that he had a sell-by date.
Would you go for a third term?
No, I think, I'm standing for a full second term. I'm not saying all prime ministers necessarily definitely go mad, or even go mad at the same rate. But I think, I feel I've got more to bring to this job. I think the job is half done. The economy's turned around, the deficit's half down. I want to finish the job.
And he kicked off what could be 5 years of speculation about who might take the job on from him.
There definitely comes a time where a fresh pair of eyes and fresh leadership would be good. And the Conservative Party has got some great people coming up, the Theresa Mays and the George Osbornes and the Boris Johnsons and there's plenty of talent there. I'm surrounded by very good people.
The full 5 years, but no third term.
The third term is not something I'm contemplating. Terms are like shredded wheat. 2 are wonderful, 3 might just be too many.
This is an astonishing thing for a Prime Minister to say just before an election. Not only starting a lengthy leadership contest, but also telling voters, back me now and see the back of me in 5 years. It's a big gamble. Of course, he still has to win a second term first by convincing voters that despite his privileged background, he understands their lives.
How much has being posh held you back politically?
Oh, the old posh question. Well, it hasn't stopped me becoming Prime Minister.
It makes it easier, though, for your opponents to say the Tories, the party of the rich, doesn't it?
It probably does, because they quite like making attacks based on sort of class and background and things like that. I think that's completely out of date. I think it switches people off.
I'm a sort of country boy at heart.
For some peace away from Westminster, he returns most weekends to the place his family call home.
London was their home, and they're at school in London, but because we live in number 10, which is one of my children calls the pretend home, it's very important that they feel very rooted and grounded here. Hi. Morning, Martin. Hi. Morning, everyone. All well?
Weekends are for catching up with constituents and shopping at the butcher's.
I like the thighs because they're very juicy.
A butcher that's popular among what's become known as the Chipping Norton set of local celebrities.
So is David your most famous customer?
No, certainly not. There are plenty around here. Mr. Clarkson, I expect, pops in from time to time, doesn't he?
Great.
Thanks very much. Bye, Chris. See you later.
Cheers.
And speaking of the Prime Minister's friend and neighbour, even the children are lobbying their dad.
Nancy has threatened to go on hunger strike unless Jeremy Clarkson is restored. So I've told her this is not necessarily a useful intervention. It's not exactly Gandhi, so we had a discussion about this morning.
And with all this going on at home, it falls to his wife, Samantha, to try to keep him sane in the weeks ahead.
Plenty, it looks good. He's definitely, in my mind, the best man for the job.
And what's your role in keeping David grounded during this campaign?
Oh, well, I hope that me and the family help him, me and the children help him to sort of keep things in perspective, keep him grounded, help him to sort of pace himself over the next 8 weeks.
Sanity check, that's what it's about. Definitely.
I hope.
So,
Nancy's hunger strike this morning lasted
how is the hunger strike going? Just remind us.
Family time's precious for any Prime Minister. But what we know now is that if he doesn't get more time to spend with his family in a few weeks, he'll certainly get it in 5 years' time. James Landell, BBC News, the Cotswolds.